Gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about a very dangerous game, one that you might not even realize you're a part of. There are women who don't want you, but they don't want to let you go either. They aren't looking for real love, real partnership, or real investment. They're looking for attention, validation, and the thrill of knowing that you want them. And the moment you stop playing along, they vanish. There are times when a woman isn't truly invested in a relationship but still wants to keep a man emotionally attached. She does this by giving just enough attention to maintain his interest, but never enough to establish real emotional security. This tactic creates an addictive dynamic where the man feels like he's always on the verge of something meaningful but never actually gets there. This behavior is intentional, even if it's not always done with conscious malice. The woman knows that if she were to ignore him completely, he might walk away. On the other hand, if she gave him full commitment, she might lose the upper hand in controlling the emotional dynamic. So she strikes a balance, just enough validation to keep him chasing, but always withholding real emotional depth. You might notice patterns in her behavior. She responds to messages just enough to keep the conversation alive, but never engages in meaningful discussions. She agrees to see you, but frequently cancels or reschedules at the last minute. She expresses interest in you, but only when she senses you're pulling away. This inconsistent reinforcement keeps you emotionally invested, always hoping that the next interaction will be the one where things finally become real. The psychological impact of this behavior is significant. When someone provides sporadic validation, it triggers a cycle of reward and withdrawal, much like a gambling addiction. The uncertainty creates emotional dependence, making you crave the next moment of attention, even though you know deep down that she's not fully invested. You start to rationalize her behavior, convincing yourself that if you're just patient enough, things will change, but they rarely do. The only way to break free from this manipulation is to recognize it for what it is and remove yourself from the situation. A woman who truly cares will not keep you in a constant state of confusion. Real interest is consistent, not conditional. Instead of chasing someone who only offers breadcrumbs of attention, redirect your energy toward someone who values you in a genuine way. By walking away from this dynamic, you reclaim your self-respect and emotional power. You show that you are not someone who will settle for inconsistent affection. The moment you stop tolerating this behavior, you open yourself up to healthier relationships with people who reciprocate your effort and care. When a woman avoids real emotional investment, it is a clear sign that she is not genuinely committed to building a meaningful connection. Emotional investment is the foundation of any healthy relationship. It involves vulnerability, openness, and a willingness to share one's inner world. Without it, a relationship becomes shallow, one-sided, and ultimately unfulfilling. If a woman consistently avoids deeper emotional involvement, she is either not serious about you or using the relationship for her own benefit. One key sign of emotional avoidance is superficial communication. She may engage in light, playful conversations, but steer away from meaningful topics about feelings, future goals, or personal struggles. While there is nothing wrong with casual conversation, a woman who refuses to engage in deeper discussions is signaling that she does not want to build emotional intimacy. If every attempt to talk about feelings is met with deflection, jokes, or indifference, she is likely keeping you at arm's length. Another indicator is emotional inconsistency. She may show warmth and affection in certain moments, but become distant or cold when things get serious. This push-pull dynamic can be confusing and emotionally exhausting. One day she might seem genuinely interested, but the next she withdraws or acts as if the relationship is unimportant. This behavior suggests that she wants the attention and benefits of a relationship without the responsibility of emotional commitment. Women who avoid emotional investment also keep you out of their personal world. She might be comfortable spending time with you, but resists introducing you to her close friends or family. She avoids talking about her past, her values, or her long-term goals. This lack of integration into her life indicates that she does not view the relationship as something serious or lasting. Someone who is emotionally invested will naturally want to share their world with you and invite you into their life. Additionally, she resists emotional vulnerability. If she refuses to open up about her fears, dreams, or insecurities, it suggests she is protecting herself from true connection. Real intimacy requires emotional risk, and a person who is unwilling to take that step is not ready to build a meaningful relationship. A woman who avoids emotional investment is showing you that she is either emotionally unavailable or does not see you as a long-term partner. Instead of trying to change her or waiting for her to open up, recognize that you deserve someone who is willing to meet you with the same depth and effort. If she cannot invest emotionally, it may be time to walk away and pursue a relationship where your feelings and efforts are valued and reciprocated. When a woman's actions and words don't align, it creates confusion, frustration, and emotional instability in a relationship. Words are easy to say, but true intention is always revealed through action. If she tells you one thing but consistently does the opposite, she is either unsure of what she wants or deliberately keeping you in a cycle of uncertainty. In either case, this kind of inconsistency is a red flag that should not be ignored. One of the most obvious signs of this misalignment is when she claims to care but fails to show it through her behavior. She might say she misses you, but she never makes an effort to see you. She might tell you that she values the relationship, but her actions suggest otherwise, canceling plans, making excuses, or prioritizing other people over you. Words should serve as a reflection of someone's true feelings, and when they don't, it means something is off. Another sign is mixed signals about commitment. She may say she wants something serious, but her actions scream the opposite. Perhaps she avoids discussing the future, keeps her options open, or refuses to define the relationship. If she truly wanted commitment, her behavior would align with that desire. Instead, she may keep you emotionally invested while ensuring she remains in control of the situation. This kind of inconsistency often leaves men in a state of emotional limbo, always questioning where they stand. Additionally, she makes promises she never keeps. She might tell you she'll call, text, or meet up, but then she disappears for days or weeks with no explanation. When confronted, she may offer an excuse, apologize, and promise to change, only to repeat the same pattern again. This is a clear sign that her words hold little weight, and she is relying on empty reassurances to keep you from walking away. Another key indicator is how she behaves around others versus when she's alone with you. If she treats you affectionately in private, but acts distant in public, or if she claims you're important to her but avoids introducing you to friends and family, there is a disconnect between what she says and how she actually perceives the relationship. People who genuinely value someone make an effort to show it consistently, regardless of the setting. At the end of the day, words without action are meaningless. A woman who truly respects and values you will align her behavior with her words. If she constantly contradicts herself, it's a sign that she is not as invested as she claims to be. Rather than tolerating inconsistency, it's essential to recognize the pattern and decide whether staying in the relationship serves your best interests. Some women are more interested in the thrill of being chased than in building a real, meaningful relationship. They enjoy the attention, validation, and effort you put into pursuing them, but they have little to no genuine desire for a long-term connection. If you find yourself constantly chasing a woman who never fully commits, chances are she thrives on the pursuit rather than the relationship itself. One clear sign of this is that she only engages when you pull away. When you're putting in effort, she seems indifferent, distant, or even uninterested. However, the moment you stop trying or show signs of moving on, she suddenly reaches out, giving you just enough attention to pull you back in. This pattern keeps you emotionally hooked while allowing her to remain in control. It's a game of power, one where she dictates the pace while ensuring you stay invested. Another key indicator is that she avoids emotional depth. She might enjoy flirting, texting, or casual dates, but she steers clear of serious conversations about feelings, commitment, or the future. If you try to bring up where the relationship is heading, she may dodge the question, change the subject, or give vague answers. This is because she enjoys the excitement of being desired, but has no real intention of building something lasting. She also values attention over connection. She may constantly seek compliments, reassurance, or gestures of affection, but she rarely reciprocates in a meaningful way. If she truly cared about the relationship, she would invest effort into making you feel valued and appreciated. Instead, she simply enjoys being pursued, soaking up the energy you pour into her while giving little in return. Additionally, she may keep you in competition with others. She might mention other men in passing, post attention-seeking content on social media, or behave in a way that makes you feel like you have to prove yourself. This keeps you chasing her approval and working harder for her affection, even though she has no real plans of committing. Ultimately, a woman who thrives on the chase will never give you what you're looking for. She's in love with the pursuit, not with you. The healthiest choice is to step back and see if she is genuinely interested in building a relationship or if she is simply addicted to the validation of being wanted. If she only values your effort when you start to lose interest, then she was never truly invested in you to begin with. Some women enjoy testing a man's patience, generosity, and emotional investment without ever offering real commitment in return. They push boundaries, demand attention, and see how much they can take without reciprocating in a meaningful way. If you find yourself constantly giving while receiving little to no real emotional investment, she may be testing your limits rather than genuinely building a relationship with you. One of the clearest signs is that she keeps you guessing about where you stand. She may give you mixed signals. One moment she seems interested, the next she's distant. She'll respond warmly when it suits her, but disappear or ignore you when she doesn't need your attention. This inconsistent behavior keeps you emotionally unbalanced, making you work harder for her approval, hoping that one day she'll finally commit. She may also see how much effort she can get from you without reciprocating. If she constantly expects favors, gifts, or acts of service without ever doing the same for you, she's not valuing you. She's testing what she can gain. If you find yourself always making plans, always being the one to initiate, or constantly trying to impress her while she puts in minimal effort, she's likely enjoying the benefits of your attention without ever intending to give you a real relationship. Another red flag is that she demands commitment from you without offering it herself. She might expect loyalty, devotion, and consistency from you while keeping her own options open. If she gets upset when you talk to other women but refuses to define the relationship, she's testing whether you'll give her exclusivity without requiring it in return. She might also push your emotional boundaries to see how much she can control you. She may create unnecessary drama, provoke jealousy, or play mind games just to see how you'll react. If she repeatedly cancels plans last minute, flirts with other men in front of you, or disrespects your time, but still expects you to chase her, she's testing your willingness to tolerate mistreatment. The truth is, if a woman is genuinely interested in you, she won't need to test your limits. She will respect them. A healthy relationship is built on mutual effort, respect, and reciprocity. If she keeps pushing boundaries without offering real commitment, it's time to step back and evaluate whether she's truly worth your energy. A woman who is only playing with you will often disappear the moment you stop chasing her. This is a clear sign that she was never genuinely interested in building something real. She was only enjoying the attention, validation, and effort you were giving her. When you stop initiating conversations, making plans, or showing eagerness, and she suddenly goes silent, it proves that her presence in your life was conditional on your pursuit, not mutual interest. One of the most obvious signs of this behavior is that she only engages when she feels you pulling away. If she suddenly reaches out after a period of silence, but only when she senses that you're no longer prioritizing her, she's not missing you, she's missing the attention. This is a manipulative tactic to keep you orbiting around her, ensuring she can still control the dynamic without truly committing. Another red flag is that she makes little to no effort when you stop initiating. If you were always the one reaching out, planning dates, or making sure the connection stayed alive, and she disappears the moment you stop, it shows that she was only there for what you could provide. A woman who is genuinely interested in you will not let a connection fade so easily. She will show effort, communicate, and want to see you. This behavior often means that she enjoys the chase more than the relationship itself. Some women thrive on the thrill of being pursued as it makes them feel desired and boosts their self-esteem, but once the chase is over and you expect consistency, emotional investment, and effort from her, she loses interest because she was never in it for the long haul. She may also move on quickly to another source of attention if she immediately starts entertaining new suitors, posting attention-seeking content online, or re-engaging with past admirers. It's because she was never emotionally invested in you. She was just enjoying the feeling of being pursued. The reality is, a woman who genuinely values you will not disappear just because you stop chasing. She will want to meet you halfway, reciprocate your energy, and continue the connection even when you're not constantly proving yourself. If she vanishes the moment you stop chasing, let her go. She was never truly there for you in the first place. In life, and especially in relationships, respect yourself enough to know when you're being used. A woman who values you will never put you in a position where you have to chase endlessly or beg for her time and affection. A woman who plays games thrives on control, and the only way to take back your power is to refuse to participate. Stop chasing someone who is only keeping you around for their entertainment. Walk away, focus on yourself, and find someone who meets you with the same energy and respect that you bring to the table. Because in the end, a man who values himself will never tolerate being an option in someone else's game.